Hello, it's time for another devotion. This is one I've been wanting to do for a while, but there was a key piece that I was missing that God has revealed to me, so He's allowed me to do this one now. So this is the story where the disciples and Jesus are going across the Sea of Galilee, and they get hit by a storm. The disciples come out. "Teacher, don't you care that we're going to drown?" Jesus comes out. He says, "Peace, be still," and then they make it to the other side. So there's some key things that I want to reveal to you guys that was revealed to me. One is the storm that they went through was probably seen. So a lot of times when we think of the Sea of Galilee, they're taking days to cross. This is a long crossing, but in reality, it's not. When you're actually on one side of the Sea of Galilee, you can see land on the other side. So it actually only takes a few hours to go from one side to the other. So it's a very short distance. So when they see the storm, they probably saw the storm coming. That is something that we probably don't think of because we think they're going to be there for a long time. Because I thought that too, that the sailing took a long time, so they never knew the storm was coming. But if you can see from one side to the other, and it's only taking a couple hours, you can typically see a storm coming within a couple hours. You can see how it's cloudy, it's dark. So, they may have seen this storm coming, but they still went across because Jesus said, "Let us cross to the other side." So, they got on the boat and started out. So sometimes you may see a storm coming in your life. You may know that it's coming, but Jesus is still saying, "I need you to go to the other side." Now, here's the reason. Is because there was a man on the other side that they needed to meet. And if they didn't leave then and go through the storm, they would have not met that man on the other side. So sometimes you're going through a storm and it's because of timing. He needs you to go through that to get to a particular point at a particular time for somebody who needs you. So that storm may not be particularly for you, but he needs you to go through it for a timing reason. He wants you to hit that one person on the other side who needs you at that point. Even when they got over there, and this is what is a tough point for us, is when they got over there and they saw this demon-possessed man, and Jesus cast out the legion of demons, and the pigs ran into the water, and they were drowned. When the people around him heard about that this happened, and they wanted to come see where Jesus was and what was going on, they actually kind of said, "Hey, we want you guys to leave." So even though you meet somebody on the other side of the storm and you're there for that one person and you're ministering to that one person, everybody else around you may still say things. "We don't want you here. We need you to go. This isn't right." And you may go through even more from the people around you, but it's not for them. You're going for that one person. Jesus a lot of times went for the one person. He stopped at the well for the one person at the well. He stopped in a crowd that was pushing him for the one person who touched the hem of his garment. So you'll see all throughout that Jesus always stopped for the one. So sometimes you're going to go through for the one. Okay, so the next point I want to make is when you're in the storm. So now that you're in the storm and you're going through the storm, how did the disciples actually respond when Jesus was there? He said, "Teacher, don't you care that we're going through this?" So sometimes it's our responses during the storm. Are we screaming at Jesus? And this is a natural response. "God, why am I going through this? How can you let this happen to me? Why am I going through all these trials and tribulations? Why is this going on?" And we're screaming and yelling. And we really don't need to do that. All we need to do is realize that the master is in the boat with us. He's in the storm with us. All we got to do is say, "I need you. I'm going through a storm. This is something. Can you come help me?" We don't need, it's like, "What is your lack of faith? Why are you screaming and yelling at me?" All we have to do is, "I need the faith to get through this. Master, I need this." He was in the boat. Remember, when you're going through the storm, the master's in the boat with you. You're not by yourself. All you have to do is go to him and say, "I need your help. Strengthen my faith that I know I can get through this." And it is tough because we are human. We always want to scream, "Why did this happen to me? Why am I going through this?" Hardest thing is, why did I lose my child? Why am I in financial detriment? Why is my health completely failing on me? Why am I dying of cancer? So we're screaming these things out. And yes, it's tough. It's things that we have to deal with in our life, when a lot of times it's like, "Father, help me grow my faith and help me to get through this storm." Because he is there, because he's there to build your faith. But the whole point of this is our timing was we have to get through to the other side. And it's not always for you. The storm is not always for you, but it's for the person on the other side. And as a personal story, I knew something was about to happen. I could see it going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I even told my husband, I said, this is about to happen and it's going to be tough on us. It's going to be financially difficult for us, but I see this coming. Could we have avoided it? Probably. But God said, just be still, stay where you are. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to come. But I want you to realize I've got you in my hand. I've got you taken care of. It happened exactly the way I said, I'm going in, this is going to happen. It happened exactly the way I said it was going to happen. And for about 3 months, we knew it was going to be tough. But God provided every step of the way. And that storm may not have been particularly for me. It may have been for the others around me, seeing how I dealt with this and how God provided for me to strengthen their faith. It's like, well, if God did that for you in a time where things were going completely haywire, God can do it to me. Because realize this, he's the same God. He's the same God who provided for Abraham when he went to go slaughter Isaac and then the ram came out. He provided. He's the same one who provided for every single person in the Bible. He's the one who's been there for Moses, the one who's been there for Mary, the one who's been there for David. He's the same God, and he's the same God who's going to provide for you. So realize who's in the boat with you. And all you have to do is ask him to help you build your faith so that you can get to the other side and reach that one person that needs it. All right, love you guys. Until next time.